What's going on, guys? This is Qazi. Today's video is going to be epic because we're talking about why you should learn color grading in 2020. I'm going to break it down. I'm gonna, have slides up here so you guys can just take notes or freeze frame and just screen grab it and know exactly what I'm talking about, okay? You can take these and then just run with these skills, okay? So get super pumped. It's happening. And before we even jump on, I want to give back, I want to share some of the wins that you guys are having. So whether it's YouTube or Instagram, you guys are sharing whether you guys are getting jobs, the skills that you're picking up on my channel or from my masterclass. So I wanna put some limelight on you. I wanna bring some of the people here, not live. I wanna bring up some images on the screen. So let's just congratulate all the things that are happening. Before we even jump into that, I wanna say, look at what just happened. Okay, I'm gonna pull this up, and guys, so check this out. Just struck a deal with I'm gonna make the screen big so you guys can see. So now people that are part of my masterclass can get academic discount for a DaVinci Resolve Studio version, and on top of it we're giving away a copy of a studio version, which is $300 worth for people that are joining my masterclass, and this will end tonight, August 3rd. It says right here. So when you purchase the masterclass from now until midnight tonight, you're automatically entered for a chance to win the paid copy of studio version of DaVinci Resolve. And then the link to sign up is pinned in the comment section here, so you guys can go ahead and do that. So now just jump on, and the thing that I want to mention is, let's check this out. Okay, so Luke here said that he joined the course 2 months ago and he already landed 3 big color grading jobs. And Luke is also the dude who is actually donating this copy of DaVinci Resolve for the giveaway. So he just said, I have an additional one. He just bought a Pocket 6K, I believe, or Ursa Mini, and he said, Qazi, I have an additional copy of DaVinci Resolve that I would like to give away for your masterclass, because I just want to help out brothers and sisters that are joining the course to have a paid version. So this gets to tell you the kind of community this is, that people are just going out of their way to be doing things like that. It blows my mind. So I'm just so happy and humbled about that, guys. I want to show you some more people and their wins. Okay, so Sanchez here is good looking out, on the tips you give out, and you have doubled my business just by me color grading my videos. Much appreciated. And we're gonna talk about in this video, that's why I want to talk about why it's so important to be color grading in this day and age. And this one comment is going to come up, okay? And then look at Savi. He's saying that, I did an action movie look based on everything I've picked up from the course. And he's saying that the results were much better than just dropping on a LUT, which you guys know. I'm not a fan of LUTs. There's a time and place for it. But, I agree with what Savi is saying here. And then Rishav said, by following your free content on Instagram and YouTube, I've landed some big gigs in the Indian industry. So, this is just from free content, and you guys know the value that's here. But the missing piece to that puzzle might be the why. So many people are just like, Qazi, you show things here on YouTube, but what about the why? And I do try to pad in the why here, but there's only so much we can do in a 130-minute video. And that's why you're having a 5 hours worth of content or lessons in a masterclass where there's a complete roadmap is a completely different thing, So that's what you're getting in the masterclass there. Look at this commercial in this team. Chris and his team put together a commercial in Netherlands. And, he reached out. I saw this on Filmmakers World, which is a really big account on Instagram to follow. So I saw this featured, and I clicked on it and I'm like, man, this looks so good. And then Chris just DM'd me. He dropped into my DM and he said, Qazi, I'm learning a lot from your course, and, this helped me put this together. So blows my mind. And like even down there in the story it says proof is in the pudding. So ultimately it's going, like, it doesn't matter how good my stuff is. If you guys are not getting results, then that's the end of that. But when people are getting results, that gets to tell me whatever is happening here is worth it and is really good. So Korg, I think that's how you say, like, we say her name, and she's saying that, I have not bought your masterclass. I'm getting work just following your YouTube and Instagram. So again, I'm just so happy because at the end of the day, I want people to be profitable because there's so much, content out there, right? Whether it's my channel or somebody else's channel, that's not the point. But if I can get you the wins, if you learning from me can go out there and be profitable and provide better lifestyle for your family, then that just makes my day, and that's what it's all about. That's what gets me excited. Okay, now I just want to, and then here's another example from one of the modules, color correction modules. So like the footage that you see, like some of the footage that you're going to get in my master classes, for a reason, has wrong white balance and stuff. So then you guys can practice along and nail it. And then just look at what Jay is doing. Like, he's killing it, absolutely killing it. And, the result is just right in front of you. All right, let's just jump right in, okay? Why you should learn color grading in 2020. And I want to start, my first point is this, okay? To stand out. And what do I mean by standing out is this. Everyone has access to nice gear nowadays, okay? So what's happening is that, everybody, like, your friend Joe just got a camera that shoots in 10-bit, A7S3, whatever, and then Mike, who just is a hobbyist and is a photographer and works in IT and just bought, S1H or something like that. And now he has a 10-bit camera that if he put Autonomous on it, like, he can be shooting, ProRes RAW. Okay, so now that is, on the table, everybody is doing that. Then what do you need to do to stand out? Color grading is that thing, because they can slap on Rec 709, or shoot in standard, and that's where their knowledge stops. But if you know color grading, this is where your knowledge then starts, and then you can take it to a, whole another level. So you know what I'm talking about. If you guys have worked in log and see the range and the tonality that you get and what you can do with the footage, that's the leg up. That's the advantage that you're getting. Second one is competition is all-time high. Video, man. Like, photography stock companies are switching into the video platform because they just know the power of it. Instagram announcing Reels, and now we got a little flavor of the TikTok coming into Instagram. So like before, people were, going into doing more videos, now even more so. So keeping that trend in mind, it's not going anywhere. And the thing is that, it's so much better than you watching my video and learning compared to like reading a PDF document, right? Because DaVinci Resolve's user guide is one of the best user guides on planet Earth, but who's got the time to just read through and decipher everything and understand it yourself when I can just give you practical examples and show you what's happening? So that's what I mean. Competition is all-time high. So what do? Like, by color grading, you can really set yourself apart in that department, and cut through the noise. There's just way too much content out there, right? Like, I have to fight through and make my point why somebody should get my masterclass and why it is something that is more than what's out there. Because my normal comments are always like, well, we can just get this on YouTube. Like, you really have to have an edge, to cut through the noise, to have people actually hear and comprehend what is that point that you're trying to drive home. Okay, and color grading is one of those things. Like, again, like if your buddy is shooting in standard and his daylight, or day scenes look one way, and then you go in and you just make it look like freaking a shot from Blade Runner, same footage, all of a sudden, like, who do you think is going to get more attention? Okay, so then let's move on to add value, and that's my second point, okay? So add value. By doing color grading, you can just really bring more to the table, right? So like now you're just not the guy who says, hey man, this is where I draw the line. I'm just an editor. I'm just a cinematographer. That's all I do, like blah, 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 And in 2020 and moving forward, it pays to be the Renaissance man or woman, because I'm going to tell you right now that things are changing. 16-year-old kids are putting out content that's pure banger. And before somebody just like, roll their eyes and, old timer sitting here listening to me going, yeah, 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 but that's not how it goes in the real world. Well, the real world is not real world anymore. There are no $6 million budgets for commercials anymore, okay? They want to pay you freaking $100,000 to put out an ad for Pepsi because they just want that stuff done quick and be out. And they don't want one 30-second ad to go on TV where it's going to go to die. It's going to get 300 million impressions but 0 views because nobody's watching. Everybody's on video on demand. So what's going to happen? They're going to come to you. They're going to be like, hey, Peter McKinnon, freaking put together a team, give us 300 micro contents that we can play throughout the year and make billions of dollars. Okay, this is where it's headed. I am saying this and I have conviction on this because this is what I do. I am working in the commercial world. I am seeing the trends for the last decade. I'm seeing where it's headed. And people that are holding on to that old time thing are losing. They're just losing. It's just a simple truth. I know my friends that are losing because they're not letting go of that past and they don't want to adapt to that new world that we're, in now. So it pays to be the jack of all trades and actually be the master of all, not the master of none. Again, that is changing now, okay? And then the third big point here is quality control. There's so many projects that I worked on that the unfortunate thing happened, like where I would be an editor, I would work on it, I will make it look so good, then I pass it on, and then somebody else takes it, okay? And then somebody else takes that project and grades it, and then what comes out on the other end, I don't even want to put on my website. It just looks like garbage. So I'm like, man, I put in so much heart and soul. You guys know what I'm talking about. I mean, just working on projects is like, projects are like your babies. You put everything into it. And then somebody can just ruin it down the pipeline. So having more quality control, like if you're an editor and then you'd say, hey, I can also color this, then even whether you're getting paid or not, you know what it's going to be at the end, what it's going to look like. All right. And then, third main point is offer more. And what I mean by offering more is that, it just offer it as an additional service. So you can easily, the comment that we saw earlier that Qazi, I'm getting paid double now after adding this, skill to my, toolkit, if you will. And what that is that, it doesn't matter, right? So you're an editor, you're already in post-production. Now you're saying, hey, why don't I just go an extra mile for you and color this? Do you have a colorist? Because I can easily do it. Here's my work, blah, blah, blah. Check it out. You're a cinematographer. Color grading is going to help you become a better cinematographer because you know how much push and pull you can do on the post end. You're a director. You can visualize and see things through to completion. You will know what the final product is going to be like because you can just envision it. Like, hey, I'm going for that Gone Girl look from David Fincher. I know what I want. And then you can offer that service and tell your producers, hey, let me give this a try. And let me show you what I can do with it. And they will feel more confident that it's in good hands because it's not just going somewhere where they don't know what's going to happen to it. So it's a win-win for both parties and ultimately double the income. Okay? And that's just the simple truth. Now you just went from like, let's say I'm a cinematographer, I'm charging $1,500 a day, I'm going to go shoot something, and all of a sudden you're just like, let me color it too. Now all of a sudden you went from $1,500 job to a $3,000 job. A quick little upsell, and you just, doubled your profits. And then once they see your work and once they see that it's such a great tandem that you can shoot and color like that, do you think that they're going to shop you around? Do you think that they're going to go outside and hire someone else? No way. They're just going to be like, dude, let's just lock this dude in. Let's just lock Joe in. He's great. He can shoot. He can color. And then, he's reliable. We've worked with him in the past and he just performs better than, anybody in the market. So let's just go with him. So that's what I really mean by having, the skill set in 2020 and in the future, why it is so, so important. Okay. And now I want to go in and talk about, I want to show you guys this. Okay. So this is also from my members in the masterclass. And I asked them, I'm like, because I just wanted to do like a little social experiment, like see what is valuable to people. Because ultimately for me to bring more value to you, I need to understand what is of interest. Like, what do you guys want to see? And I ask people, I'm like, guys, what's your favorite module in the masterclass? And here are the answers. I'm gonna just run them through so you guys can see. It's unfiltered, it's not coming through me. This is what people are saying. So module 1, which is conforming, and this is the process where you're working in Premiere Pro or Final Cut 10, or you're given a project from that platform. Then what do you do with it? How do you bring it into Resolve and then out of Resolve, okay, the right way? So he's saying that there is no other resource on planet Earth that talks about this in detail. So thanks, Qazi. So that's a big one. And I knew that when I made my first module being conformed, because I'm like, I just don't see any other resource that takes you through it. And then this person is saying that color correction module is iconic. Learning how to balance any form of footage is priceless. Now, you guys have seen my tutorial recently that I put out, Color Grading Made Easy, which is the girl in the yellow jacket. And you saw how easy and effortless it was and what we did. Like, I just went in, temp and tint, and we created 3 completely different looks. And that muscle memory came from color correction. Like, because I feel so confident in my lift, gamma, gain, and in my primaries, that majority of my ninja skills just come from that. I can get from point A to B and create really extreme looks just based on the knowledge that I have in lift, gamma, gain. And this is what he's talking about. So he's like swimming in that Kool-Aid. This person said color correction module was the one that really changed my knowledge and vision. Once again, color correction is something that everybody just look past because they're just like, yeah. Like, show me how to create some cool looks. I cannot help you there because you're gonna try something, you're gonna get frustrated, you're gonna buy the cheapest LUTs, you're gonna drop on LUTs, it's gonna look like garbage, you're gonna export it, you're gonna be like, I don't know, this is not what I do. You're gonna shrug your shoulders. But once you have a deep, understanding of what color correction is, it just makes the whole process so much more enjoyable, okay? And again, just remember, link is pinned in here. If you want to get the masterclass, it's going to be off the table tonight at 11:59 p.m. Pacific time. It won't be available, and also when it will become available, the price is going to be much higher than what it is right now. Another person said, Conform, it helped me big time getting a deep understanding of the best way to prep. And that's a big one because as a colorist, if you're a remote colorist, you can educate, your offline production or post-production process. Like, you can just reach out to the editor and tell them, hey, please prep this footage this way. It would be really nice if you get everything ready, following XYZ. So, and then it sets the precedent. It makes you come off like somebody that knows what they're talking about and goes back to the added value, somebody that's bringing more to the table than just saying, this is all I do, that's it, that's where I stop. Okay, so this is one of my favorite. So favorite FCM module, this person said, the freelance section has some serious value bombs. I went off. Like, in this module, I loaded it with just anything and everything that I can think of, because you guys know I always say I'm a businessman first and artist second. So my end goal is always like providing something to you that is not just a cool skill, a party trick, something that will actually make an impact, something that will bring a difference in your life, in your family's life, and actually genuinely make you profitable. Anytime somebody talks about freelance, somebody talks about how to sell yourself, people have this negative connotation. All of a sudden, they just start getting itchy and they're just like, dude, why are you selling something? Why are you talking about that? Well, color grading and having the skills is just super cute. That's really, really cute. But what do you do with that cuteness? Like, if you can't really turn it into anything, it's not helping anyone, So my whole agenda with this knowledge platform that I created is to give you, to find that link, that other missing link. There's way too many how-tos, and there's way too many like, here's the saturation knob, and this is what it does. I'm not into that. I wanna take where everybody else, left off, and I want to take that and then build you from there, okay? And then take you to the next level from there based on practical information. No fluff. I'm not going to talk about something that I haven't done. I'm not going to talk about $1 trillion features that I never graded because I've never done that. I can talk about like high-end commercials that I worked on because that's what I've done. So I'm only going to share the things that I've done and that helped me, and then have you guys blow up even more. It will make me happy if you go out and just be like, hey dude, I'm just working on, the biggest freaking movie in Brazil right now, and things are turning up, and like, thanks Qazi. Like that will make me very happy. So that's the purpose of that. Okay, I'm gonna go through some of the comments. I mean, where my camera sits is like where all the comments are, so let me pull this over so I can see what everybody's saying. Thanks, Gabi, for moderating. Gabi's a freaking champ. He's part of FCM, and he's just like positive vibes to the max, and somebody with, just one of the most persistent dudes. Like, he shows up and he just keeps going. He puts his head down, he keeps going. And to me, for my masterclass, what's more important to me is building the culture that we're building. That is way more important to me than just an extra buck. That's why I tell everybody that if you're on the fence and if you just don't know if it's going to be worth it, then don't get it. Then it's not for you. I don't want your money to give you back your money in 20 days because you're just going to be like, nah, man, like it was just too much, blah, blah, blah. If you listen to all the things that I said and you still think that it's not worth it, then it's not worth it for you. Then don't get it. I always say that. So I take the pressure off, when I say that, because then you guys just don't have to worry about it. Then like listen to everything that I'm saying and forget about buying the class because it's not for you. But people that actually are that, hey, I like to invest in myself and I actually want to get better and take it to the next level, like this entire filmmaking game, then you should. Then I highly encourage that, you look into it and you get it. So here are some of the things, just like bullet points to, one more time, just revisit, right? So 25 hours of lessons, which is basically like a whole degree program in its own right. 100 gigs of log footage for you to practice with. Like one of the main comments on every single video on YouTube is like, Qazi, can you give us the footage so we can practice with? I can't do that openly because it's not all my footage. So I'm making deals with people and cinematographers and people that I'm working with. So I only have access to have that footage in a controlled environment. People that are, part of the FCM community, and those are the only people that I have the license to give footage to. I can't just put it out like somebody else's footage for you to download. Okay, that's illegal. And academic discounts are going down, DaVinci Resolve and Film Convert. So now you guys can get like, some, sweet freaking deals, getting those softwares, free LUTs and power grades, access to the mastermind group, which if you guys know, mastermind groups can run you $3,000 a month, okay? And more, way, way more. And the kind of stuff that we're putting out, it should be like an additional charge, but as of now, it's not. So if you get the masterclass, you are grandfathered into all these perks. $1,000 cash prize. So we do weekly competition. It goes on for 12 weeks. And 12 weeks is basically one season. It goes on for 12 weeks, and then we pick a winner. And then once we pick a winner, the cash prize is $1,000. Okay. 30-day money back guarantee. You guys all know this. Like, I mean, if you're not into it, but again, like I said, I don't encourage the last one. If you're on the fence and if you don't know, don't get it. Just don't get it. Like, let's not give yourself a headache, and, don't give me headache. Like, let's just not even do it. Let's just move on. Here are the modules. This is how everything is laid out. Basically, it goes in a sequential order. So don't go Tarantino on me. Don't jump around too much on this timeline, okay? Just keep it in a straight shot. So you start in conform, which is basically how do you get everything into Resolve and out of Resolve. Then cameras, I'm taking all the hot shot cameras, the best cameras in the business, from the bottom of the totem pole to the top, and then you figure out how to get the best results out of each one. Color correction, talked about it already, so I'm not going to go through it, but color correction is probably 80% of your paycheck, okay? I'm telling you right now, 80% of your paycheck is going to be coming from right here, not from anything else, okay? People are going to be asking for, can you just go back, like, like maybe you overdid it, like just go back, okay, just keep it right here because this is what we saw on set. And you almost want to be like, dude, if when they were shooting Bad Boys, and then what the grade looks like, the final looks like, it never looked like that, dude. Miami sunrise or sunset are not that freaking teal. Like, it doesn't look like that, but they did it because it's cool. But then sometimes you don't want to fight it. You have to pick your battles. But what I'm saying is that 90% of your paycheck is going to be coming out of color correction, okay? Shot matching, huge one. How many people here are probably wondering, Kazi, I can make one shot look really great, then I move to the next one and I'm like, what am I supposed to do? So shot matching from shot to shot is hard. Now imagine shot matching from different cameras. Now imagine shot matching from different color sciences. Now imagine shot matching from completely different log settings. So some shots are logs, some are Rec 7 or 9. How do you bring all of those together? You will have tons of footage to go through with me and practice along to nail each of those scenarios that I just presented to you. And then moving on to color grading. Color grading is, is that reward. Like, everybody builds themselves up to that point where they can start creating cool looks. Like you can imagine a look and you can create it. How cool is that? So color grading will do that. Hey, Kazi, can you do a Sam Colder look? Everybody is like, hey, Kazi, can you show us how to do that? Well, how about you learn how to do that? And now you know how to do that, and then you can just create any fun look that you want. Studio setup is a massive one because you guys know how big I am in that. And that's because I have a borderline network engineering degree. Like I went to school for IT before I went to film school. So I have a really strong technical background, and that comes in clutch when I'm building my studio and everything. And the way I broke it up in the module is like, baller setup, like people with just like money is no object, then somebody who's in between, and then somebody that's like on a shoestring budget, and then everything in between. So I build different setups, and I literally go online and tell you, pick it up from here. You can find a good deal this way. Like try this, try that. So like all that is covered in that module with practical advice. Also, my Stream Deck macros and like all the keys, the way I have them set up and everything, that makes me literally just the rocket speed. When I'm working in Resolve and how all my keys are set up and everything, I'm flying through it, and you're getting those, all my macros, like all my settings for the Elgato's Stream Deck and everything, it's going to be downloadable. So you can just click download, and load it into your Stream Deck and ready to go. Freelance module, already talked about it. One of my favorite, and it's coming in at the right place, right? So you've learned everything up until that freelance, and then that's where you actually learn the skill to now I've learned all this. How do I convert it? How do I turn it into something profitable? How do I start making money with this now that Qazi taught me? So that is a big one, okay? Don't skip that particular module. Watch every single video in there. Bonus is an amazing one. This is where you will find the clean white look. This is where you will find how to get the right skin tones out of your Sony S-Log footage, 8-bit footage, and how to deal with gamma shift issues and all those little nuggets that I pick up, think of frequently asked questions, all those things that I pick up go in this module right there, okay? And then we got YouTube, so that is, that's the freaking real winner right here, because it's just so rewarding, because every big video, everything that blows up on YouTube and I have the rights to the footage, I bring it into my masterclass. I funnel it into my masterclass, and you get the footage, you get the project file, so you look at my node tree, how I built it, and then you can practice along with that. So tons of exciting things, and obviously Mastermind Group already talked about it. And guys, it's just, it's to me, like I said, it's a no-brainer. But again, I'm not going to push it on somebody that just is not into it. If you're not into it, great. Don't get it. Don't get it. Don't get it. It's just not for you. Don't DM me and ask me, Qazi, sell me your course, because it's not for you. If you just don't know if it's going to be worth it, then don't. But just know this, that regardless of you buy my course or Color Grading Centrals or anything, whenever you make that decision, just make sure that you're 100% in and you're ready to swim in that Kool-Aid, because you will not get anything unless you make investment in yourself and you run with it, okay? I've purchased an editing course. I'm not going to disclose anything else. I purchased an editing course that I paid $1,200 for that taught me how to, somebody said error in link. So let me try that link and see if there is an error. And if there is, then I'll give you, I'll put in a different code. All right, so the link is working for me. Somebody else can come in, chime in, and tell me if the link is working. Gabi, if you want to try the link in the description, let me know, brother. I think it should work. Let me try it. Oh, no, it's not working. Oh, it's the wrong link. That's so weird. Okay, so I'm gonna put that in there right now. I don't know what that means. What just happened? Thanks for bringing it up, brother. So here it is. So here's the link to the masterclass, and now I'm gonna pin this so you guys will have it up there. Okay, so this should be working. Let me try it. It's working. Okay, so now you guys have the link that's pinned, and it is working. So thank you, whoever brought it up. Like, thank you so much. So anyways, what I'm saying is that, you know, you have to make an investment in yourself. Anyways, $1,200 course I purchased. It was an editing course, and I take this course, right? And it teaches you to edit one scene. It was a minute and a half long scene, and it's an action sequence. So think about this. It is so narrow, so niche, that not only that it's only 1.5 minute scene that they're showing you how to edit, it is a freaking action scene. And I'm talking about when I was broke. I'm right out of college. I have no money, and I put this on my credit card. I buy a $1,200 course, and then I watch it, and I'm kind of like up in the air for half a second, and I'm like, wait, what just happened? Like, my heart dropped, and I'm like, I just dropped $1,200 to buy a course that shows me how to cut a minute and a half scene, and then I just stopped myself right there, and I'm like, you know what? No. If I'm going to spend $1,200, and if I'm going to spend my time, you best believe that I'm going to make sure that I'm going to make hundreds of thousands of dollars off of this. Like, I will. Like, I will not just cry about it and say I need my money back or whatever. And I just went in and I went hard. Like, I just squeezed the F out of that course. And I know for a fact that I made a lot of money. Like, I don't know, maybe I'm giving the course too much credit, but what I'm saying is that that was the mindset that I had, that I refuse to look at it as a failure. I'm going to go all in. And that's just all I'm trying to say. So, like, you know, if you don't want it, don't get it. If you want it, if you're on the fence, but now that you listen to this and you do want to swim in the Kool-Aid, then you got to swim in the Kool-Aid, baby. You can't do it halfway. You half in, half out never works for anything, okay? Hopefully this was helpful and you guys learned a ton. This video is obviously going to stay on here. I don't know for how long. I'll probably, anytime I do videos during the launch, I take those off after the launch because they're just so time sensitive. So check it out, share it with friends that might be interested in something like that. And so much support. Let me just go through some of the comments right here. So, you know, stick with me. And then we'll just call it a day. And sorry about that, guys. The link was broken. I don't know how it happened, but now the link is working. So anybody, you know, who didn't have any luck in the last 10-15 minutes, now the current link is working. So click on it. Go ahead. Okay, Don is asking about the academic discount. So Don, so far for DaVinci Resolve, I can get you 10% off on the DaVinci Resolve Studio version, and I can get you 30% off on Film Convert Nitrate. And I will, like, you, again, I don't know if I talked about this in this live or not, but I'm not a big fan of LUTs, but man, when you're going for the film emulation, if you're trying to like recreate a look from a movie, there is no way around it, okay? You got to give it the look DNA. And that look DNA is, you know, the proper film emulations, and nobody has better film emulations than Film Convert, only because it's not just a LUT, it's a plugin. So you pop it on, and then you can go in and modify it, right? So it's an amazing tool. It's something that I believe in. I get hit up all the time for collabs and, like, you know, discounts and things like that. I'm very particular to who I want to go with. And the reason why I picked these guys, I went with John, who's the CEO of Film Convert. The reason why we struck the deal is because I believe in the product. I use it. I have it. So that's what we have. I'm going to try to get some other things going. So a lot of interesting things are in the works, and those are going to come in. Juan, the affiliate link is not here, brother. So you have to be part of my FCM, and then I have to upload your email address to Film Convert. And that's how, you know, you get added for that discount. And then you just go on Film Convert, you purchase it the regular way, and you get 30% off because you're in their system. So that's how that works, okay? Let me look at some other questions. Okay, so listen to Matt. Matt is saying, just finished the course. I recommend it. All right, let me see some other ones. Love you, Jesus. Thanks, brother. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate the support. All right, so the people that are concerned about the money, I've always failed to mention this. So the course has a payment plan. So you can do 3 payments, okay? 3 monthly payments. So once you break it up like that, then it's a fraction of the cost, right? To like pay it up over time. So that's one thing to keep in mind. That's why don't just rule it out because you don't have the money for the lump sum payment, one payment. You can do 3 monthly payments. So look into that. Let me look at some more questions. Ben, I ain't gonna forget you, bro. He said, don't forget me, bro. I ain't gonna forget you, Ben. I got you. Okay, so Gabi said that he's going through the masterclass the second time and he's finding golden nuggets. And that's something that I will always, always, always say that keep going. Okay, so you know, this is what I do in life. I am such a psycho that I will listen to the same book like 17 times. If I listen to a book on Audible and it just stuck with me and I'm like, man, it hit the spot, I'm living with it until it just gets in my bones. Like literally it's coming out of my freaking pores. Until that happens, I'm just running with it. So I'm very much like that. Like I'll pick a resource that I learned from or pick up something from, and then I just go with it. Like I don't get bothered by 100 different resources. And I encourage you guys to do the same. Whether it's a colorist that you follow, whether it's the cinematography tips, whatever, if you just find someone that just like hits the spot and you can understand him or her and it all makes sense, that's it. Lock it in until you just like surpass the knowledge, you know, that they're providing, and you got to get to the next level and you got to learn something different. Okay. So Nanish is saying, or Nineash, I think Nineash is saying that please suggest full setup for new studio. Brother, this is what I'm saying. These are the kind of things that are really hard to turn into a YouTube video because there's so much more. So let's just say I'm shooting it with the Rode mic. It's connected to the Rodecaster Pro. I got a Stream Deck XL. I got a Mac Pro that's souped up. I got a LG CX. These are just models and words. Like, that's good. But then what? So this is where, that's what I'm saying. Like, to get actually granular and tell you how to connect it, how to hook it up, like how much your system can handle based on the configurations that you have, all these things. It just, nobody wants to watch that video. It's going to get lost in the shuffle on YouTube. But when it's in the masterclass, people are looking for those specific nuggets. And that's why there's a place for a masterclass. And then there's a place for YouTube videos and Instagram, you know, posts and things like that. So everything has to be in its own space to make the most sense. Okay. Okay, so Kyle, I don't necessarily use Fusion, brother, and I'm also gonna tell you I'm not big on VFX. I outsource my VFX work, so I'm mostly a traditional colorist. Like I'll do a little bit here and there, wire removals or something like that. If it's pretty basic, I'll do it. But anything, you know, other than that, like I have people that I ship it out to, and then they'll just like hook me up and they'll take care of that. So Fusion, I don't know. And plus, like when I was messing around with Fusion last year, it was buggy AF. So I don't know if they fixed it and if it's better, but man. And I also will say, maybe it's my limited knowledge in Fusion, but I will say it's no replacement for After Effects. So anytime somebody asks me, Qazi, I want to switch over to Resolve, but you know, I'm just kind of curious about like the crossover between Fusion and After Effects. I'm going to tell you right now, I don't think that they're the same. One is a compositor, the other one is a motion graphics tool / compositor. So with After Effects, it's just a breeze. I've been using it for over a decade. I mean, since 2006, so like almost 15 years. Like I just know it. I just run with it, you know, like I understand it and I'm not changing that. I'll pay the additional subscription to have After Effects because Fusion is just not a one-to-one replacement, okay? I can tell you that right now. What else? So much love, so much love. I mean, you guys are so freaking amazing. And this is what I'm talking about. Like, to me, it's a pure community over anything. Over anything. I mean, give me a good community, give me a good culture, and I'm sold. I'm sold. I will literally, like, if I see poison in my group, I'm known for this. I will call them out, and I will shut it down right there and then because a little cancer can spread really freaking fast. So you have to just be on top of it. Like you have to stay on top of it. And that means the world to me to keep the culture really pure, because then everybody can grow and everybody can share. And then it's a true camaraderie. And then it just goes, it becomes something. It's so organic and it turns into something that's much more than like, you're my student, I'm your teacher, you're my customer. It is so much more than that. Okay, it is so much more than that. So that is what I'm in for. Okay, I'm not in for people just like doubting and not sure. And this is why I say, like, you're doubting it, you're on the fence. Don't do it. Please don't do it, because I don't want somebody in that is like putting in that seed in people's brains, like where like this unsurety thing becomes a thing. Like that doesn't need to be a thing. If you just put your head down and you go, you can do some massive things. Okay, like naivete is a gift. To be naive and think that you can climb Mount Everest, than somebody who is just so calculated that he knows anything and everything but then does nothing. You get my point? You like, you're picking up what I'm putting down. That's it. So that's the end result. Proof is in the pudding. And every time you guys listen to my lives with these big colorists that I bring on, when we talk to them, you guys hear their mindset. I mean, they're very like straight shooters, like Keenan, who does some of the best work. Like, think of like some best music videos that, you can come up with. He graded those. I mean, this dude is just a killer. And when I talk to him, he's just like, yeah, man, like I just feel it out. Like I do this and I do that. And I use glow on every shot. And I like, there's certain things that I just do. And like, that's that. Like, he doesn't have like a company 3 proper pipeline and, oh, are you converting your footage to Rec 709? Well, the grading gods say that you have to convert your footage to Rec 709 or else like, you will be freaking, just stoned to death. Like, who makes up these rules? What are these things? And what is all the knowledge that's on the internet? I just do not understand. It like baffles me. I've been doing this and making hundreds of thousands of dollars as a colorist, but when I go online and I just read the forums and stuff, my eyes are rolled back so much that I'm walking around blind. I'm like, what is happening? Who are these people? What are they talking about? What is going on? Because you guys watch what I do. You can color something, and when it looks good, it can look good to you. It can look good to your 3-year-old. It can look good to your wife, your mom. That's it. That's it. Like when I brought Jill Bogdanovich, the colorist of Joker, when I brought her on board, she said, Qazi, please, let's not talk about technical stuff. She's like, because that's all just whatever. Like, listen to this. Somebody that graded Joker, somebody that graded Grand Budapest Hotel, somebody that graded John Wick is saying, can we please not talk about the lame stuff? Can we just get to the freaking taste making and talk about what really matters? So I don't know what else I can say. I mean, she just said it. Okay, so Pratik, I don't know what you're talking about, brother, but like, I literally don't understand what that means. How about this, that I can tell you right now that after tonight, if you can find my masterclass for this price, I will start giving away my masterclass for free. How about that, Pratik? You're gonna get blocked because I never want to ever hear from you again. Because like I said, genuinely, nothing infuriates me more than just these kind of like people just getting in and saying things that make no sense. Like, his statement has zero value, yet he's gonna come in here and just spread that parasite in here. Like, it has zero values. So look what's going to happen. I'm doing it right now because I'm in charge, I'm in control. So here it goes. Okay, remove. Like, he's just removed from here. So it's that simple. Okay, if you're on my platform and if I'm taking the time to share my knowledge and what I'm doing, and then you just come in and out of nowhere with like zero stance, you're gonna just come in and try to debunk something or tell me that I'm robbing someone or if I'm doing something wrong. Blocked. Simple. Solution is really simple. It's always going to be that. Like I always say, it's democracy until it's not. I know the value that I bring. I know that the time that I take from my son, from my family to be here and share this with you guys, I got nothing to hide. I got nothing to hide. I got nothing to lose. And if I'm going to see something, then this is what's going to happen. Haters, trolls, I literally eat them for breakfast. I destroy trolls and haters and keyboard ninjas like all day long. Like literally just like boom, just like whacking a fly. It's that easy for me. So guys, that said, we're going to wrap it up. Much love. If you guys want to sign up, link is pinned. Join the masterclass. And I will see you guys in the course. Once you do join, DM me on Instagram. Let me know that you are part of this movement. You're part of Cause Nation. Love you guys so much. See you later.